Thanks for tuning in and joining me this week. Well, a few years ago with the COVID-19 pandemic, we found ourselves in a moment of history. It was among the 10 worst pandemics ever, and millions died of it. In times of crisis, we see some people rise to the challenge. People on the front line that risk their lives. Maybe some of you are in that. There's stories of many heroes. But what I want to look at this week is that in times of crisis, we see a lot of anger, intolerance, division, segregation in families and organizations and churches and in society. And we become like a world at war, which is what we are now, on a relationship level that's really, if ever, seen. So what can we do in times of crisis, whether it's a national crisis, maybe you're in a personal crisis that causes a lot of pain and emotional trauma and stress. People at times of crisis, sometimes they lose jobs, there's financial hardship. People feel treated unfairly. But what I want to focus on this week is how you and I respond in times of crisis, either personal crisis or national crisis. It's so important because we're going to remember such times and we're going to recall, how did I respond? How did I handle that that crisis? Maybe you're thinking back to COVID. How did you handle it? Did you do well? Do you have regrets? Or maybe you're in a personal crisis now, or maybe you've had one. You always think back, don't you? How did you handle it? And you don't want to live with regrets. So I want to encourage us to learn how to handle these times well. And so that we can look back and feel good about how we respond in that situation. Today's world is in a catastrophic decline on so many fronts. Relationship breakdowns are at epidemic levels. And in the society in which you and I find ourselves, if ever our friends, our neighbors, our work colleagues, our nation needed the Church of Jesus Christ to be a light in the midst of gross darkness, it's got to be now. Would you not agree this is our time to shine? When it's darkness all around, when people are just at each other, can the church not rise and show a better way? With the world in chaotic freefall, it's time to be truly Christian. Tough seasons are tests of character. We're called to manifest the fruit of the Spirit. And with God's help, we can do this. So whatever you're facing today, maybe at work, maybe at home, what you see nationally, where there is anger and rage, as Christians, we're called to show self-control. Where there is division, we're called to show unity. Where there is hopelessness, God wants us to speak hope. Where there is judgment, can we show understanding? Where there is hate, can we show unconditional love? I think the challenge of the hour, for me, I feel it at times, is to be faithful image bearers of Jesus. So when people encounter us, when they encounter you, when they encounter me, we want them to see a reflection of what God is like. And I know that's a great challenge, but I believe that is the call of the church. The world needs to see a better way. The world needs to see a better standard. The world needs to see genuine love. And so I want to explore this topic this week, and I've called it, let's give people what they deserve. And so the question might be, what do they deserve? Well, there's two words I'm going to pick up on, which I believe are challenging, but also inspiring. So please join me again tomorrow.